Hey everybody, it's your bud Ryan, and welcome, hey Heath,
Hey!
what's up? And welcome to Footy League Vacations Episode 2. We are live here in Mexico City, if you recognize that tower in the background. And we are here to see two games, one tonight and one tomorrow. The first one is America against Pachuca tonight at the Estadio Azteca. And the second one is Pumas against Atlas. Should be a great time, stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. It's Ryan. We are back once again with Footy League Vacations, way quicker than I anticipated, but happily so. This last trip, I went to Mexico City, as the intro told you, and man, it was a great time. I recruited my friend Heath to go with me, and we happened to find a weekend where there were at least two games going on. America was playing at home, and so was Pumas. And yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about it. We fly into Mexico City. If you've never been, Mexico City is enormous, totally sprawling. I mean, I've been to many metropolitan areas in the world, and this is probably by far the largest city I've ever been to. I mean, it's just enormous. We spend the first day or so going around and seeing all these squares and all these plazas and these old churches and, just the regular touristy things. And then Saturday evening at 5 p.m., it is time to go to the America Pachuca game. So we head to the Estadio Azteca, take a train down there. We get there, the line for tickets is huge. We get there an hour before the game, and this line is like 500 people deep. I mean, it is long, right? We don't know if we're actually going to make it into the game if we stand in this line. So we end up getting tickets off a scalper. We get these tickets. They look something like this, if you can read that. Not sure where the price is, but these are listed as 120 pesos. We ended up paying like 350 pesos. Obviously, it's more than double, but 350 pesos is about $20 in US currency, so it's really not that big of a deal. We ended up going in there. The seats that we had weren't the best. They were upper level. They were supposed to be medium level, said the people who sold us the tickets. It was also an obstructed view, which was a tad annoying, but you get into the Estadio Azteca, and this place is absolutely enormous. It's one of the largest stadiums in North America, and even though it wasn't totally packed out, this place was just totally crazy. I mean, it's one of the cathedrals of the game in North America, and it was just really exciting to go and check out a game there. So it was a pretty competitive game. America was leading 2-1. For a while, it looked like they were going to win, and then in the very last minute or so, Pachuca tied it up at 2-2. That's how the game ended, 2-2. I will find highlights and leave them in the comment section below so you can actually see what went down. Pretty disappointing if you were rooting for America, but a really entertaining game, especially for our first game in Mexico City, and we were both pretty pleased. As far as the stadium atmosphere goes, I mean, again, this place wasn't packed out, but lots of fans were there. They were cheering. There was a band playing in the lower section. Everyone around us was having a good time. So that was our first night. So for our second game, we wake up on Sunday. We take an Uber down. It's like a 45-minute Uber ride from where we were staying to where Pumas play, the Estadio Olímpico. And man, I mean, even though it's a 45-minute drive, it was like 100 pesos, which comes out to like $8 or something. I mean, it was less than that, less than $8. I mean, it was just incredibly cheap. That's one of the many things that I love about Mexico. The food is amazing, the people are fantastic, and the soccer is obviously amazing, but wow, it is so cheap there. Really, it is a great place to travel, especially if you're coming from America or somewhere in Europe. So anyway, we get down there, we get to the university, we get into the game. Ticket lines are not that bad at all here, so we end up getting some tacos outside of the game. I got some chorizo. We also had tripa during the trip. I don't know if you guys have ever had tripa. It's cow intestine, but it's absolutely delicious. Anyway, so we get these tickets from the ticket stand. Here they are right here, Pumas and Atlas. These tickets were a bit better. We kind of wanted to splurge. These were 380 pesos. Again, very cheap. Pretty much what we paid at the America game. And these seats were absolutely amazing. Essentially the equivalent of 50-yard line. That's a football reference. Just middle of the pitch, basically. You could see everything. We were like perfect level. And wow, I mean, it was a terrific game. Pumas ended up winning 3-1. And I got to tell you, this crowd at the Pumas game, even though the stadium wasn't totally full, this crowd is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, they are so into the game. They have this organized cheer, it seemed like every 10 minutes, that would play on the video screen. Go, yes, Universidad! Yeah, and I mean, these people, I mean, they were just super excited about this cheer. I thought it was pretty cool that they had an organized cheer like that. Very easy to learn as well. They also had this other song that they were singing. I was way tougher. My Spanish really isn't that great, so I couldn't necessarily memorize that one. But I at least memorized this one. And yeah, I mean, it was a great time. Pumas ended up winning, which is very exciting. Again, a 4-goal game. The fact that we saw 8 goals in total in our trip is very fantastic. It's always kind of scary when you think about going and you pay all this money to go to a game and it ends up 0-0. That's kind of a bummer. But we ended up seeing 2 really great games, and yeah, I mean, it was just a terrific time. Now, even though we saw 2 games in Mexico City, obviously we did not get to see Cruz Azul, who was not playing at home that weekend. I definitely want to go back at some point and go to the Estadio Azul, see a game there. Obviously, Cruz Azul is one of the largest clubs in Mexico. I'd love to see them at some point. But for now, this was a great trip that we had. Me and Heath both had a great time. And yeah, if you're interested in Liga MX at all, or you're just looking for a cheap football trip, I highly recommend Mexico City. It's really a fantastic city, and the football there is absolutely incredible. Well, that is it for episode 2 of Footy League Vacations. I'm excited to announce that there is actually going to be a 3rd Footy League Vacations coming up very soon. I've already booked my trips. We are going back to Mexico again. I'm really obsessed with Mexico at this point. I mean, for all the reasons that I told you. We are going to Guadalajara, me and a friend of mine, and we are seeing a Negros Leones game, which is they play in the 2nd division of Mexican soccer, the Ascenso MX, and we are also seeing a Chivas game, one of the largest clubs in Mexico, at the OmniLife Stadium, their new stadium. I'm so excited to see both of those games, and should be a great time. So look forward to that, and until then, Bangladesh is hopefully coming up next. And as always, thank you for subscribing and watching our videos, and we will see you very shortly.